Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Anurag and welcome to my channel. So today in this video, I'll be talking about suicide. So if that made you, turn down your volume a little bit, or maybe you thought that you should be watching this video in secrecy, then yeah, that's about how less often that this topic is talked about. The World Health Organization states that close to 800,000 people take their own lives annually globally. That's about one person every 40 seconds. It is the second leading cause of death among individuals in the age group of 15 to 29 years of age. According to a review of Nepal Police's 5-year data, it reveals that around 5,000 people in Nepal kill themselves annually. During this pandemic, it has been reported by the Nepal Police that the cases have reached 875 compared to those of COVID-19, which is 13 as of this video's release date. So yeah, in line of all of this, today I'll be breaking down some myths regarding suicide and let you know about a few facts that you need to know. And if you stumbled across this video while you were thinking of doing some kind of a harm to yourself or hurting yourself, then please take a deep breath right now. Place your hand on your chest and just listen to that heart beat. Right? Think of all the good things that have happened in your life, and all the good things that you strive for. Remember that you are not alone. Go and talk to someone whom you know. Just open up to them. All right? You can pause this video at any moment and just go and talk to those persons that you think will help you, and yeah, just get professional help after that. All right? So yeah, I hope that you do great in life. Because life is hard, it's difficult, I know. But trust me, it's worth it. So with that, let's get into the video. Number one is that talking about suicide with someone who is suicidal is going to encourage them. This is one of those myths that I, want it to be debunked really bad. Why? Because there has been data and there have been studies that prove that if you actually try to talk and ask someone about their suicidal ideation, it might actually help them to open up. Because most of the times what happens is that the people who have already made that decision, they will have someone to talk to, and they will get the time to rethink if you just ask them about what their condition is. So what you can do is you can always ask someone if they're planning to do something if you suspect that they are going to hurt themselves. Given the widespread stigma regarding suicide, it could actually be an opportunity for that person to talk to you, express their feelings about how they're feeling, because just you opened up to them. So that is where friends and family come in. So if you suspect something is going wrong, if you see some warning signs of depression, which I'll mention in the video, you can always reach out. All right, so make sure you do that. And if you're really interested, there are WHO guidelines which have been laid down. It's in their website, which gives us an idea about how you are supposed to talk to someone you think is trying to, or is going to hurt themselves. Right? There are guidelines for teachers, for employers, for employees, even for healthcare professionals. There's guidelines about how you should go about this topic. All right, so you make sure you check it out. And even this video, right, I made is according to the WHO guidelines, because there's a guideline regarding how you're supposed to present all of these things. So if you're really interested, there's a link in the description. You can go and check it out. And yeah, once again, talking about suicide does not encourage it, but rather prevents it. Talk to them and get them professional and medical help. All right. Myth number 2 is that most suicides happen suddenly without warning. Well, the fact, on the contrary, is that most suicides are actually preceded by warning signs, whether it be emotional or behavioral. Of course, there are some suicides that happen suddenly without overt warning, and they are mostly related to rash decisions and overwhelming emotions, right? But other than that, most suicides, they are out of hopelessness. People think about it for a long time before they actually go through with it. So there are a few signs that you might spot, so if you see these signs in the context of someone, getting depressed, or they have these signs, then make sure that you reach out to them and get them medical help. All right, you are there to help them deal with their emotions, but professional help should always be considered. All right, so the warning signs include talking about suicide, talking about feeling hopeless or having no purpose, talking about feeling trapped or in unbearable pain, getting their affairs in order, making arrangements for family members. And one thing that you should be, really aware of is there might be a sudden sense of calm. A person becoming suddenly calm after, being depressed for a lot of time is that maybe it could mean that the person has, planned out how they're going to hurt themselves, how they're going to take their own life, and maybe that has given them that sudden sense of calm. So, look out for all of these symptoms. I'm not asking you to diagnose all of these things, but I'm just asking you to, be on the lookout for all these symptoms. And once again, I cannot emphasize this more. If you see something like that, just reach out, talk to them, ask them, and this is where friends and family come in, right? You have to support the people who are around you. That is how you take care of them. So if something is wrong, if something does not fit, make sure you talk about it. Myth number 3 is that only people with a mental health problem are suicidal. Suicidal behavior indicates deep unhappiness and that feeling of taking your own life, but it does not equate, or it does not necessarily mean that there's an underlying mental health problem. Right? So depression is very much there, and most of these suicide cases, they're also associated with depression, and it is very much there, it's very much real. But not all mental health problems can predispose a person thinking about taking their own lives. It does not even have to be a mental health problem. It could be a deep sense of disappointment in oneself, or a huge personal loss, and anything can predispose to suicide. But there are going to be some symptoms, and it does not mean that that person is having some kind of mental health problem for him or her to be contemplating suicide. All right, so make sure you remember that. And yeah, I hope that you'll be able to reach out to your friends and your family whom you think might be at this condition, and I hope that you get them to the best medical help that is possible out there. Okay, so those were a few things that you needed to know about suicide. All right, so if you believe that many other people also need to see this video, then feel free to share this video with them. I would really love it if you did that. It's up to you and I to spread this awareness, right? If it's not for you and I, then who's going to do it? So I can count on you, I guess. And yeah, if you want to go through all the resources that I mentioned in the video, which I used to make the video, then everything is in the description down below. You can just check it out. There are these really good sources that you can look at. There's WHO's links, and everything is there, so do check it out. So right now I would like to share with you a few hotline numbers which were compiled before the release of this video, which are active in Nepal. All right, one of them is Patan Hospital's 24-hour suicide hotline. Obviously these are all anonymous, so you can just, if you want to call them, it's totally anonymous. Don't worry about it. You can talk about it anonymously. It's all right. So this is run by Patan Hospital. It's 24-hour. There's another hotline that is run by Mental Health Promotion and Suicide Prevention Center. Another one is run by TUTH. I gave them a call this afternoon, but the number does not seem to be working. But maybe they'll fix it. But still, it's here in the video. And if you want to talk about general things, right, especially during this pandemic, you might be feeling alone, and you might be concerned about your mental health. And if you want to talk to a professional regarding all the normal things about mental health, then there's another initiative that is going on, that is done by TPSO, Transcultural Psychological Organization-Nepal, is also running a really good hotline where you can just call them up, and you could talk about your mental health, and you'll get all the advice there. It's run from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. only, so it's not dedicated to suicide, but it's dedicated to overall mental health. And if you're watching this video from anywhere else outside the world despite Nepal, then there is this website. All right, okay, so this website, yeah, so this website is where you can find someone to talk to, because it'll help you locate one of these hotlines and these services in your country. All right, so make sure you share this video with the ones that you love, the ones that you think that need to see this video. Okay, so yeah, it is quite a long video today. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for sticking around until the end. Make sure you subscribe to these videos, because I make videos weekly. I try to come up with all these things just for you. So yeah, with that, I hope that you subscribe to the channel and ring that bell icon for your weekly dose of positivity, health, and motivation right here on the Life Talk. So until then, this is Dr. Anurag, the Life Talk, signing off with a promise to meet you yet again in another video. And until then, yeah, you, my friend, stay happy, stay positive, and as always, stay strong.